Welcome back, guys. For this one, chapter 5 and 6 were super quick, so I kind of just tacked them all in this one video, made it easier for everyone, or else other ones were just going to be like 2-3 minute videos. So chapter 5 starts off with Franky coming back. Franky fixed the Thousand Sunny, joined the crew, and now you can use him in combat. You don't get to walk around as Franky, which kind of sucks because I'd have probably been doing that the whole time. But he allows you to fix bridges and other things to get to like chests or other areas you weren't able to get to before. After that, there's this whole part where Lim loses her orb. And there's like this side quest type thing where you're going back and forth, talking to like the animals and everything, trying to figure out who has it. I cut that out of the video. It was boring. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was boring. After that, we get into the ice block ruin, which is my favorite ruin so far, or temple, whatever you want to call it. So in this one, they have a mechanic where you're switching the water into ice and vice versa. The main room is set up where there's 4 doors, and you go into one and you need certain things. So if I were to give a tip, you're gonna start from left to right. That left room is just gonna show you that there's a button you could press which changes the water levels, and then you would either have to freeze it or unfreeze it, right? Don't want to spoil too much. And then after your first 2 doors, you're gonna find out you need keys. First key is gonna be a red key. You're gonna run into an enemy. It's just gonna be a single enemy. It should be pretty easy. They'll give you the red key first. Then into that, after you use that key and go into the next room, you're gonna need a blue key. And going for the blue key takes you down into another separate room. So you go into one room that takes you up to like an area where you think there would be a boss, but then you gotta go deeper into the room and then finally get the boss. It's like a dragon or something. So you fight him, get the blue key. Once you get that blue key, you can use that on the last door and you go fight the boss. This boss, this boss gave me trouble. I'm not gonna lie. I thought everything I used was gonna be enough, like the trick balls, damage boosting the defense, and the guts with the food Sanji cooks was gonna be enough. But he kept CCing the team. People were constantly frozen. I was using Chopper to cure area, and that was kind of working for a while. But cure doesn't heal enough. So they'd be unfrozen but still low health, or I could fully heal them, but they would still be frozen, so they couldn't attack anyways. It was a pain, but I got through it. It was fun. This was definitely the best one yet. After we finished that, we hop right into 6. 6 is Marineford, and it gives you a warning right before. You're not gonna be able to save. You got to complete like 6-7 battles back to back to back. So I was worried for a second. And I was like, let me just go in. Let me do one round and see what happens. And we go in. As soon as you land, you're in the middle of Marineford. People are fighting. Marines come up to you. Bop, bop, bop. You're fighting off for it. Right? You beat them. You're running. Your team decides to split up. You get stopped by Smoker for one group. So you have that fight, and then I think it's like Zoro, Sanji, and Franky are fighting Kizaru. So you start off with the Smoker fight, you win that one. You go over to the Kizaru fight, you win that one. After that, Luffy splits off and runs by himself to go save Ace. Kizaru leaves and goes to stop Luffy. So if you cut back to the Zoro, Sanji, Franky fight, when Kizaru leaves, we have a big boy who just comes in there and we fight him. None of the fights were that hard, at least compared to the ice block ruin. None of the fights were that hard. But after you do that, Luffy is running up to save Ace, and he gets stopped by Kizaru and Aokiji. And he tries to duck past them, gets kicked back, and it looks like Luffy's in trouble. Then Croco Boy and Junbei step in, which was pretty dope. But you don't get to play them. You don't get to play them, but you have them on your team, and they're fighting with you. The fight wasn't hard. I wish it could have been a little bit harder. It felt like as Luffy, like I think Luffy's probably my strongest character. I was not doing damage. I kind of had to like stay alive and let Jinbei and Crocodile do the damage. But it was just fun to have them on the team and see their abilities and everything. You end up saving Ace. Of course, you know what happens if you've seen the show. But I really like to change the pace for this chapter because it felt like a gauntlet more than anything. It was like story, like clips of story fighting, clips of story fighting, and the speed of it broke the monotony of the whole previous parts of the game, the back and forth, the running around. There was none of that. It was just fighting, and that it set the tone for just Marineford in general. It gave me goosebumps. Just it felt so different from the rest of the game. Even all the way to the end of the game, it sticks out the most. Really enjoyed chapter 6. After you save Ace, you fight some Marines, and then Akainu comes, the red dog. You fight him. It's not too bad. You're about to leave. The cube like charges him up or powers him up. You're strong enough that you don't even beat him. You get him down to like, I think 25% health or something. The second phase of that fight was kind of brutal, mainly because he kept doing like this AoE attack where he's shooting like magma into the air and it rained down on you. When I left the ice block rune, I leveled up some of the characters and the abilities and everything. Besides that, I had Chopper. I think I was probably over prepared for this fight, but it wasn't too bad. I think the second fight was really supposed to set up like how Ace was gonna die. And then after that happens, the cube starts going crazy. And it looks like it's about to like explode or whatever. So everyone's rushing to the cube, trying to get out of the Memoria. Anyways. And try to get out. Nico Robin kind of helps everyone gets to it while Akainu charges her. Luffy turns back to protect her while she gets everyone into the cube. And right before that happens, they all just get sucked in. I don't know the logistics of it. It was definitely an intense moment. I definitely enjoyed it, but I'm not asking questions, man. Overall, this was my favorite chapter of the game. Not because of the storyline with Ace, just because of the pacing and how much it was just like fight. Enjoyed it. Ice Ruins has to be number 2. I think number 3 might be Water 7 for me. But anyways, I might do a tier list out of it by the end of this. Then we're in chapter 7. I thought I was gonna just have chapter 5 and 6 together because 6 is so quick. But then I did 7 and 7 wasted no time. It kept like borderline the same pacing. You start off with this bullshit ass side quest where you're going to find these mushrooms that are supposed to like release bubbles and carbonate. So Sanji was gonna use these to make cola. Franky was gonna use the cola to power the submarine to go save Brook or to go get his body, right? None of that even mattered. It didn't even matter. There was a whole quest gathering shrooms. You didn't even need them, okay? So scrap all that. By the nighttime, everyone's hanging out while the cola's brewing or whatever. Brook is like, hey, something's moving my body. So everyone's like, all right, well, let's go see what Brook's talking about. They get to the water. Water's frozen. Brook's body is like encapsulated in ice, so he's floating to the top. And we're like, oh, Brook's body. It's easy. We can get it. Psych, big walrus looking ass eats it, okay? I'm not asking questions. I just play the game. Once it eats it, it swallows it. They're like, all right, cool. I just got to fight this. I was like, the previous Ruin chapters always had like a little side quest before it. I'm thinking, we'll clean this up real quick, save Brook. We'll have Brook going into the room. Not the case. You beat the walrus, all right? We're like, where's Brook? Where did he go? As we're asking where's Brook, the fire colossus just drops out of the sky. We fight him on the beach. Beautiful scenery. Love it, okay? In the middle of that fight, Brook gets his body back. Like his soul goes into his body, which is inside the walrus, right? They don't show him coming out of its mouth. Pause. And then he joins the fight in the middle of it, and you beat the colossus. That's it. This was the quickest chapter. Marineford definitely had a lot more fights. You literally fight 2 things in chapter 7. 2 things. This might be the worst one. After we talk about Marineford being the best one, this definitely feels like the worst. I kind of look forward to the runes and the puzzles and everything they add to it. This had none of that. It was just the fight. And yeah. Look forward to chapter 8. At this point, I already finished the whole game. I'm just chopping it up and editing it. I'm trying to 100% the game. I'm playing it on Steam PC. So I'm trying to get all the achievements. I literally have 98 Yaya cubes. And I am missing 1. And it is, oh god. I don't think I'm going to be doing tutorials. I don't want to do that with this channel. I just want to like have fun, play some games. And hopefully you guys can enjoy some of this. Besides that, I think I don't know what game we're doing next. I'm gonna finish uploading these, then I'm either gonna do Need for Speed Unbound, because I really wanted to play that, or BioShock Infinite. And then on Thursday the 25th, the DLC comes out. I'm probably gonna hop back on, do the DLC. That should be coming out the week before Diablo. I want to finish that DLC in whatever game I decide to play by then. And then it's probably gonna be pretty Diablo heavy on the channel for a while. Probably gonna go through the story. If I find anything weird or cool, maybe discuss some item builds with you guys if you're interested. We got a Discord channel if you guys want to talk about like just games in general, games to play together. Just let me know. The link should be in the description and everything, so go ahead and check it out. I really appreciate you guys for watching and everything. All right, later.
最後に挑むは動乱の国。凶悪な七部会が彼らを翻弄する。自称騒乱の王国ドレスローザの戦い。
俺はずっとあんたに礼が言いたかった。ありがとう。